Yo, what is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to show you guys how to make exotic or ethnic kind of loops, just like some melodies for PYREX WHIPPA or even WHEEZY, because you know a lot of Gunna's songs have that kind of like exotic feel to them. Because for example, Who You Foolin' by Gunna has that really cool like Asian instrument in the background. I'm just going to spill all the sauce there is to know for making ethnic kind of loops. But yeah, as always, you know, before we get started, make sure to go follow me on social media at Viral. Tap in with me, but let's get it. All right, so here we are on FL, and I'm just gonna break down how I made this little sample. As you can see, I even named it Dynasty because you know when I made it, I felt like it was gonna be some like real ethnic vibes, so you know, some Genghis Khan type shit. But yeah, here I'll start with a new arrangement and just show you guys what the different layers are that I put in there. All right, so the first thing I started with is a really simple chord progression. I think it's just holding down like a C minor chord. And I also included like the 7th, which is this note. But it's kind of like a bell, and I think it has like a overtone which is kind of layered with it. That makes it kind of like sound kind of weird because it's a little like detuned, you know. So the key thing is, you know, you want to pick an instrument that kind of has an overtone, so when you play a note, it has like a little overlaid note that's kind of detuned and stuff, and you'll kind of know when you hear it. So yeah, this instrument sounds like this. And as you can hear, there's a little layer of like kind of detuned texture. So the detune aspect is very important because, you know, in Western music, we only have 12 notes. So there's only 12 possible notes ever from C to C. And in non-Western, like Asian music, there's way more pitches that they can fit in into the distance that we cover from an octave. Alright, so these chords are pretty much the foundation for the whole melody, but then what I did next is I put like a low pass filter on it. So just filtered out some of the highs, and this is what it sounds like after. Just to let it be more in the background because I was gonna add another instrument on top of that. So the next instrument that I added is this. I think it's like some sort of like cello instrument for Omnisphere. Two instruments and we're already like going crazy. So I just kind of like played some notes of the C minor chord, but I played it like this. You know, you just take that and sauce it up, and this is what you get. And basically another important thing is that as you can hear, there's a lot of detune that I did with that. And no, I didn't use RC20 because you want the specific note to kind of slide. What I did is I used my MIDI keyboard wheel that I have over here, and this is what I do. I just like play a note. And as you can see, FL Studio shows you how many cents you're like moving up and down. So that's a really important thing that you got to do to hit those notes that don't really exist in a traditional Western scale. But yeah, if you don't have a pitch wheel or you don't even use a MIDI keyboard, that's fine because you can go over here into pattern controls and you know, sauce it up just by using your pencil tool and like draw it in. But I just like doing it when I'm playing it because you know, I like to play like on my Mozart shit, not really like Van Gogh type of drawing person. Pretty much after playing it, I went back and I added some like glide notes. So I pretty much put it on none and then make a note as short as possible and then kind of like have a stairway down. You get this effect. Or like over here. So that's a really cool effect that you can just do. It's just like imagine like the player is kind of like sliding the strings, you know. It sounds really complicated, you know. It's not really like a cool sample right now because there's so much going on. It's hard to put like a drum beat over this. So basically what I did is I rendered that out and made it like twice as long. So made it like slower, half times as slow. But then next what I did is I went to chop and I literally did time based and chop in bars, and this just chops it up. So then next I just like selected every other one and you know, just put them together. So, yeah, pretty much after I did that, you know, I had like a really weird combination of like the two different sections, and I kind of mixed them together, and this is what it sounds like. Then the other section with the mix and match is this. It's a really subtle difference, but you know, if you're listening, you'll kind of tell the difference, and it's cool because there's a variety, so it's not just repeating over and over. All right, so the next instrument that I added is this guitar, and you know, the guitar is a Western instrument, but it doesn't really matter. If you sauce it up, it'll sound good with anything. It's just playing a very simple pattern, but with it really matches well with the chords. That really added that wanna flavor, you know, that gonna, wanna, that Benny, Hana, cook up, eh. But yeah, you know, guitar, you can't ever go wrong with a guitar no matter what kind of beat it is. So yeah, the bell pattern is again pretty simple. So the last thing I added is this ambience, or like a texture. It really makes a big difference without you even noticing it, because it kind of fills in that top end. It feels better to your ear when you're listening. So this is what that sounds like on its own, just so you guys can hear. And this is actually from Expand, because Expand has a lot of fire sounds. But yeah, with the chords, this is what it sounds like. That texture, I feel like, makes a really big difference. Like without it, it feels like just random chords, but with it, it feels like you're standing on the Great Wall of China and there's like, you know, a storm like coming in. So yeah, that's pretty much all the layers, and this is my final arrangement. You know, I just spread it out like that, you know, spread it out, spread it out, spread it out, mosh pit. But yeah, you know, remember when you're making ethnic kind of samples, always to, you know, use weird notes, use weird instruments, and most importantly, make the pitches go crazy, because that's the secret to making ethnic kind of samples. So yeah, I hope you guys learned a lot from this video. You know, give it a like if you enjoyed it. Let me know what you guys thought of it in the comments, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out.